Welcome to EPG Patasala. I am Professor Venkata Reddy, Director, Oriental Research Institute. In this paper, we dealt with the Vedic, Epic and Puranic culture. In this module, the education system in Mahabharata will be dealt. Our Indian education is value-based education, and also our education, so many people are thinking it is religious education. No, it is not really religious based, and also this education is based on human values, human rights, and also ethics, etc., etc. Our education is a glorious education. As Vivekananda said that Indian education will lead the entire universal, and also we will become the beacon lights of India. That's why we are saying in a very good sloka about the value of education. Vidya dadati vinayam, vinayadhyati patratam, patratva dhanamapnoti, dhanat dharmam tatasukam. This is the nutshell of Indian education system. Now, Indian education system will not for learning, and also it is for the development of human values, human rights, and ethics also. That's why in our education system, finally we say in one nutshell, Sarve jana sukhino bhavantu, Sarve santu niramayaha. It is the big slogan in the Indian education system. And also in our Upanishads, we start with the excellent Vedic chant, Sahana Bhavatu, Sahanau Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvina Vadhitamastu Mahaviddhishavahai. This is the nutshell of Indian education system. It is also in this meaning, Sahana Bhavatu, we together will learn the education, we together will eat the food, and also we will distribute our strength for the everybody, not only everybody, whole university. This is the value-based education of India. And also the education is classified in so many ways: Vedic education, Epic education, and also Mahabharata education. And also lastly, we feel the modern education, medieval education, and also all education is based on value-based in ancient Indian education. Now we are going to learning objects. Introduction to the education system in Mahabharata time, Gurukul system and arrangement, what was taught in Mahabharata era, syllabus in ancient times. Introduction to education system in Mahabharata time. Indian system of education is one of the oldest system of the world. It means Indian education begins from the Vedic period, about 5,000 years before. And also, Indian education system is excellent education system. In Vedas also, they trusted the education in so many ways. Especially in Vedas, there are 32 Vidyas. According to Vedic knowledge, there are 32 Vidyas are there. These 32 are defining various knowledges in the ancient times. Both secular and sacred education was handed over systematically by formalizing system of education. Education in India started many years before 5000 BC. Many years before Sri Ram age, or one can say that Vedic knowledge came along with the human civilization as menu. Here we mention the name of Rama because Rama is one of the ideal person, because now we are called Ramarajya. In Ramarajya also they given importance to the education system. That's why Veda Brahmo Pisobitam Ramayana, and also Ramayana and Mahabharata, essences of Veda. Education in India had a deep impact in upliftment and advancement of early society and all over the development. As already I told in my first verse, Vidya, it is not only for learning, it is the human development. Through getting the knowledge by education, one must get the character. By getting the character and also wealth, finally we get the salvation also. It is the value-based and meaningful education of our Indians. India is Ratnagarbha with a rich tradition of knowledge and learning. Why? Because we are calling Ratnagarbha the language. Sanskrit is the mine of knowledge. ocean of knowledge. In this Sanskrit language, they taught so many issues, so many lessons, so many subjects. That's why India is called Ratnagarbha. There are several literary sources such as Vedas and other Hindu texts and scriptures which offers references about the education system of the ancient societies. In this matter, we call Indian text means the first beginning from the Vedas, Upanishads, and also Puranas, Sutras, Smritis. In various fields also, there are so many references about the education in our ancient scriptures. Gurukula system arrangements. It is one of the main and important arrangement for the education system. Now also, our modern governments also starting Gurukula schools. What is the meaning of Gurukula schools? Gurukula schools, especially established in the hermitages, in the banks of rivers. It means that Gurukula means a university. In Raghuvamsha also it is called Nirdishtanam Kulapatinam. A word he is used in Kalidasa, Nirdishtanam Kulapatinam. In this context, Kulapati means those who teaches, who feeds the 10,000 people without any fees. That is called in the Vedic literature. We saw the Nisulka Vidya, free education. That is Gurukula Vidya, Nirdishtanam Kulapatinam. That is a word used by the Mahakavi Kalidasa in Raghuvamsha about the Gurukula system. Girls got their education from only women's sages called Rishikas and Brahmavadins. Boys got their education from Rishi. In this Vedic period, everybody would go to Guru's house to study. There were some day students too. Students from far off places would live in the Gurukula's house. And also now we are using a word boarding student or residing student or outer students. In the same manner, in Gurukula system also, there are day students and resident students also there. Now we are following the system of ancient education system now also. The perspectives were two classes, namely Acharyas and Upadhyayas. In this context, I want to say something about Acharya and Upadhyaya. Acharya means he glorifies the matter. Everything he is glorifies the matter. If there is some sutra, it is called Brahma Sutra, and also Athato Brahma Jignasa. In this context, Acharya glorifies the matter in the sutra form, but Guru simplifies the matter. That is the difference between Acharya and Guru. According to ancient literary texts, the Acharya performs the Upanayana ceremony of the student, then teaches him the Veda along with the ritualistic literature and the Upanishads. In this context, there is a mantra also, Ashtavarsham Brahmanam Upanayeta Tamajjapayeta. That is the beginning for the education in the ancient times. Here, people should confidently draw the attention of the teacher to any wrongdoing of the rules meant for him either purposefully or unconsciously. Mahabharata mentions that students are allowed to desert his teacher who is arrogant, ignorant of his duty and resorts to a wrong course of action. In this context, there is one sloka from our Puranas. There is Nirdishtam Kulapatinam evam vartate tatra sadhu sangatyam guruhu sishya sangatyam. In the Mahabharata period, the people staying under the Kanpai means Chhatra, of any particular Pandit, as the people were under the control of, within the jurisdiction of one Pandit, with one school of thought, they were known as Chhatra. Chhatra means one who is under the control of jurisdiction of a school of thought during the Mahabharata period of one Guru. In this context, there is a one mention. Not only nowadays, in the Mahabharata time also, there are specializations are there. In the Mahabharata beginning itself, there is one conference called Satrayaga. Satra means a knowledge, education. This conference held nearly 12 years In this period, Maharaja invited all the Pandits, all the Gurus, all the Sishyas from the whole world, and also conducted a conference on various faculties. That is called Satrayaga. That is one of the biggest occasion of education in Mahabharata. Gurukula system arrangements, specialist Gurukulas. There were specialists in every branch of learning cultivated in that age, specialists in each of our 4 Vedas. Now, here they mention that specialism means to learn the knowledge, to learn the Vedic knowledge. There are 6 parts is there. One is Siksha, Kalpa, Vyakarana, Nirukta, Jyotish, Chandas. Without knowing these 6 parts, one cannot learn the Veda. That's why in the period of Mahabharata also, to teach the Vedas, before teaching the Vedas, student must learn the Sharangas. In sacrificial literature and art of Kalpasutra, in the Chandras metric, Shabda, Vyakarana, Nirukta, there were also logicians knowing the principles of Nyaya and the dialects. Now dialects means, now linguistics is called the dialects also. Now we are seeing so many Vyakarana teachers, linguistic teachers, literature teachers, Sahitya teachers. That's why in the period of Mahabharata also there are special branches of learning is there. The art of establishing proposition of solving doubts, the asserting conclusions. There were also specialists in the physical science and art, experts in the art of constructing sacrificial arts of various dimensions and shapes, basis of a knowledge of solid geometry. Those who had knowledge of the properties of the Dravyaguna of physical process and their results of causes their effect. Zoologists have a special knowledge of monkeys and birds. It was thus a forest university where the study of every available branch of learning was cultivated. Hermitages of Rishi Bharadwaja at Prayaga or at the Atri Chitrakuta was a centers of learning Vedas. Gurukula settlements. The hermitages of Kanva was a famous center of learning of which full of description. It is situated on the banks of Malini, a tributary the Sarayu river. It was not a solitary hermitage, but an assemblage of numerous hermitages around the central hermitages of Rishi Kanva and the presiding spirit of the settlement. The hermitage of Vyasa was another seat of learning. There, Vyasa taught the Vedas to his disciples. Those disciples were highly blessed Sumanta, Vaisampayana, Jaimini, great wisdom, and Paila of a great ascetic merit. They were afterwards joined by the Sukha, the famous son of Vyasa. Evidence of Gurukulas. The Mahabharata tells of numerous hermitages where people from distant parts gathered and instructions around some far framed teachers. A full-fledged ashrama is described as consisting of several departments which are numbered as following. Agnisthana, the place for fire worship and prayers of Brahmanasthana, the department of Veda. Vishnusthana, the department of teaching of Rajaniti, etc. Mahendrasthana, military section. Vivasthasthana, department of astronomy. Somasthana, department of botany. Garudasthana, section dealing with the transport and the convenience. Kartikeyasthana, a section teaching military organization how to farm, the patrolling, bottling, and also army. In this context, now also we are following the same system. Now in our universities, we see there are so many departments like the astronomy, astrology, botany, zoology, etc. In the same manner, in the time of Mahabharata also, there are specialized branches to learn the knowledge. Brahmacharya system. The Brahmacharya system is the one of the main and the principal system to learn the education. Only Brahmachari can go to the school and learn the lessons from the Guru. in the brahmacharya ashrama only, we have to study the education like Veda, etc. So brahmacharya ashrama is the very prominent ashrama in the education. In entail rigorous self-discipline and self-control, all sorts of pleasure and luxuries must be avoided by the people. That's why we are called Kuto Vidyardhina Sukham. There is no happiness during the period of education. That's why we are saying Vidyardhi should learn the discipline. Through the discipline only he can learn the knowledge of Vedas, etc. Some of the occasions on which termination of study was prescribed include dusty storm by day cries of animals, screech of the owl, heavy downpour, rattle of thunderbolt, earthquake, eclipse, fall of meteors, festival, certain tithi or nakshatra. That's why full moon, no moon, days of education. Samavartana marks the end of the people of study and return to the home. In this context, I want to mention something about the Samavartana. Nowadays, we are called the Samavartana means Snatakotsava. Snatakotsava means convocation. In ancient time also, we see in Mahabharata, in Vedic period also, there are convocationat, Snatakotsava. Now also, we are following the same system in the Snatakotsava system. What they said in the Mahabharata and Vedic literature, in Snatakotsava, students should pledge something about the education in that context. Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, Atiti Devo Bhava, Yan Yanavadhyani Karmani Tani Sevitavyani, no Itarani. It is the pledge from the Vedic students also. Now also in the time of convocations, Snatakotsava, we are following the same system. That's why we know that in the period of Vedic and Mahabharata also convocation was there. According to some literary sources, education in ancient India was confined only to the privacy of the preceptor's home. In the matters of education in ancient societies, the constructed barriers of the caste system seemed to have crumbled down as per the various literary texts. Guru Dakshana, as already I mentioned in my previous talk, in Gurukula system, in the Mahabharata and other texts also, Nisulka Vidya is there. Nisulka Vidya means free education. Now also as government forming the welfare schools for the educations, that's why in Mahabharata also the schools of free education was there. That is called Nisulka Vidya. Education at that time was free because no student was required to pay any fee. It was free also because no outside agency could interfere in the matters of education. There was perfect autonomy, no external authority to external beneficiary. No politics was permitted to enter the school or college system. A student had to pay nothing in return for education. He received in a Gurukula or ashrama. Access to good education depended not on the wealth but on the talent. The students was expected, if desired but never compelled, to offer a field, cow, horse or the elements of the daily needs to his teacher according to his financial position in the society. Education could not be brought, one could go up the ladder as his abilities permitted. In Mahabharata, we can see instances like Drona asking Arjuna to capture Drupada as a Guru Dakshana. Thumb from the Ekalavya is sought at Guru Dakshana. Karna was given the free education from Parasurama. Traits that were taught: self-control, development of character. That's why Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavihastani Swanichaiva Swapacheka Pandita Samadarsanaha. This is sloka from Mahabharata. Mahabharata, there is Bhagavad Gita. In that Bhagavad Gita, this sloka utters, the educated man feels the equality in all human beings. Sunichaiva Swapakecha. He will see the equal in the dog and also Pandit. Prakashesa, Pandita Samadarshanaha. Development of character, generation of sociability or social awareness, integral development of personality, propagation of purity, preservation of knowledge and culture. Syllabus in Mahabharata time, in the first phase, they would learn the grammar, then general knowledge of different subjects. After this, they would learn the art of operating various weapons according to the abilities. Those who were interested in learning the Shastras were taught then. The Gurus would maintain their Gurukuls by begging from the public. The students were in turn maintained by the Chatushpatis. Knowledge that were taught, Dharma Sutras, particularly those of Gautama and Apastamba and the Manusmriti. As the first phase of learning, one should be taught grammar. Students would memorize the things uttered by the Gurus. In this context, I want to mention something about the students' concentration. For the best qualities to the students is Sravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. First, he must listen the lesson properly. Next, Manana, it is thinking. Nididhyasana, concentration. These three must for the students for the learning of Vedic education. And also, you see, there is a verse in Vasishtha Ramayana also. Jnanam samyagaveshanam dvokramo chittanasasya yogo jnanancha raghava yogastat vriddhirodohi jnanam samyagaveshan. Through calmness to the concentration and also by performing the yoga, students should get the knowledge. Students would memorize the things uttered by the Gurus, logic, nyaya, social code, smriti, Samskrita grammar and the science of spirituality were included in the education curriculum of then period. In this context, spirituality means Vedic education. For the learning of Vedic education and also about Brahmans, one should learn the elementary knowledge from for the getting the knowledge of Veda. Elementary means you see in every sutra, in every Brahma Sutra, or Mimamsa Sutra, or Nyaya Sutra, Bhakti Sutra, Yoga Sutra. Every sutra starts from the Atha. What is the means of Atha? Atha means after getting the elementary knowledge. Elementary knowledge means Sravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, etc. So that student must get the Nididhyasana, Sravana, Manana, etc. In the period of Mahabharata, there was spiritual teaching. There were books for the study. Medium of instruction in Mahabharata period. In the Mahabharata age, education was given through the medium of Samskrita. The Vedic language was a dead language then. The people's language was Prakruta, but teaching was not in the Prakruta medium. Books in Prakruta were also very few. Generally, people did not write in Prakruta. The Prakruta language was reformed, and the language which came into the being out of the Prakruta reformation was named Samskrita. Economic support of education. During the Mahabharata age, the Pandits who were teaching in the Chatushpatis, they were helped both by government and by the public. People considered it to be a sacred deed to help the Chatushpatis. They offered food, clothing, etc. This was something spontaneous. Each Pandit was the conductor of one Chatushpati, and there was no such thing as a university. Each Pandit set up his educational system and curriculum according to his wishes and his own teachings. Each student belonging to a Chatushpati was the adapter, the Dharaka, supporter, Vahaka, and patron, Pariposhaka of a particular thought. Students connected to different Panditas has considerable variation in their knowledge. In the Mahabharata period, the university system was set up by the people. Caste system in education. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Sudra and Pariha. These are the systems occurred in the Mahabharata. Caste in education system. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. In the Vedika era, there was division by caste, but there was no casteism at all. But during the Mahabharata period, there was both caste division and some sense of caste or casteism. Intercaste marriages were customary, and in one family, someone might be Vipra, someone a Sudra, someone a Vaishya, as mentioned earlier. Casteism had not yet entered. Those who had ability for the use of weapons would study materials of arts more than the scriptures. Even a person born in the Vipra family could study the use of weapon more than the scriptures he was interested. For example, there was Drona, who, though born in the Vipra family, was an expert in the operation of weapons, since he was interested in them. But the born Vipra family lost respect. They became very skilled in the use of weapons. Society and education. There is also a close link between the educational system and the social system. That is, the society wanted persons coming from the Kshatriya families to be expert in the military skills, as it was the duty of the Kshatriya to defend the country. The social system was that only the Kshatriyas were to defend the country. If invaded, it resulted in a great weakness of the society, leading to the defeat of India when invaded by the outsiders forces 2000 years after the Mahabharata, when the majority of Kshatriyas has been killed, causing a great reduction in the Kshatriya number. Shadangas were the main syllabus to learn the knowledge of Vedic and also Upanishads, etc. Without Shadangas, one cannot learn the knowledge of Veda. So, in the time of Mahabharata and Ramayana also, the special schools were mentioned about the Shadangas, Siksha, Kalpa, Vyakarana, Nirutta, Jyotish and Chandas. And also, importance of education mentioned in so many times in the Mahabharata times. Without education, there is no moral values, ethics, and also that's why in the Mahabharata there is one reference. Those who had not the important knowledge, they were called animals. Mrugas charanti manusha rupena, and also Vidya vihina pasubis samanaha, Vidyaya amrutamasnute, ya Vidya sa vimuktaye, Vidya for salvation. Not only salvation means as religious context is not moksha. For the entire thing, loka samasta sukhino bhavantu, that is the principle of Indian education. Sarve santu niramayaha, sarve bhadrani pasyantu, ma kasyat dukkham apnayat. Nobody suffers from any evils. Everybody should be happy. That is the system, that is the human values projected in the Indian education. That is the importance of Indian education. Conclusion. The ancient system of education was well structured and purpose oriented. This system yielded best results for the generations down the ages. Teachers were guided their disciples in both spiritual and professional skills. Students have great faith and gurus and totally surrendered to them. The purpose of education is to serve the four dharmas of life. Final goal of education to attain the salvation. In this context, I want to mention a excellent sloka for the education. Keyurana vipushayanti purusham vachana chandrujvala nasnanam na vilepanam na kusumam yasamskutad dharyate vanyeka samalankaroti purusham yasamskutad dharyate. This is the verse by the Bhatruhari. Only flowers, ornaments will not glorify the human value. Only education will give the shine to everybody, so that one must learn the education with dedication. Thank you.